Hello all, Om Namah Shivaya. Welcome to Dots of Destiny. This video is on the transit of Jupiter in Ardra nakshatra, and Rahu is also transiting in purvabhadrapada, Jupiter's nakshatra. So this is a nakshatra exchange between Jupiter and Rahu. Not only that, Jupiter and Rahu is aspecting each other also. Jupiter has an aspect on Rahu at this point of time and all throughout its journey in Gemini. Till the point Jupiter will be in Gemini next year, 2nd of June, it will be aspecting Rahu, and by the 9th aspect, and Rahu will be aspecting Jupiter by the 5th aspect. So this is the condition that is happening, and so this condition definitely leads to something very prominent. Now what is and where lies the prominence is definitely Ardra nakshatra is the focus at this point of time. From 14th of June to 14th of August, this transit of Jupiter and Ardra is very important. So the point of Gemini becomes very important, Aquarius is important, but Libra also gains a lot of prominence due to both the planets aspecting Libra. Though as of now there is no transit of planets in Libra, but once Mars enters towards Libra, Mercury, Venus, these fast moving planets, as they enter Libra, they will be getting the aspect of Jupiter and Rahu. Now see, Jupiter is a very auspicious planet and Rahu is malefic, but Jupiter is knowledge, Rahu is invention. All the times in our life we cannot, all the situations will not allow us to behave in a Jupiterian way. We need the ways of Rahu also. That is why Rahu is so important, because Rahu gives us the diplomacy, the out of the box thinking, the way to handle a situation in not the usual way, and also it pushes, because Rahu was in the process of getting the nectar. It invented that in its own disguise and all the story, how the story goes. So inventions also are very important genre where Rahu has its dominance. At this point of time when Jupiter enters Ardra is not an easy nakshatra, we know that. Given the kind of conditions that we are in, the situations that is happening in everyday life with Mars Ketu conjunction in Leo also, and Jupiter Atichari in Ardra and all these things, there are not only human lives are getting lost, there will be also in these 2 months lot of environmental crisis, or too much rain, less rain, because its Ardra is Rudra. The power of Rudra is imbibed in this nakshatra. Now when Jupiter enters in this nakshatra, it behaves a certain way like Rahu. It has to, because that is where it is entering, the domain of Rahu, and it's a fierce nakshatra. And that is why here Jupiter will not totally behave like the pleasant guru, the very auspicious planet that we usually come across, because certain things Ardra is cutting out the unnecessary. Yes, it brings a sorrow, but that is a necessary evil that needs to be done. That is why Jupiter here will be very quick spaced and fast, and what needs to be gone will be bygones. These will be so that you make way for the new. As you know, the storm clears the path and then everything becomes silent, and then we start anew. Because Jupiter in Punarvasu, its own nakshatra, is very different. Jupiter will be entering Punarvasu from 15th of August, and that will continue. Jupiter will go to Cancer also, then it will retrograde back. So it will be a long drawn process of Jupiter in Punarvasu. That is a very benign and very different kind of nakshatra. But before that, before knowing Punarvasu in a different way with the Jupiterian energy, we have to encounter this ardra energy of Jupiter. Here Jupiter is more like Rahu. You can understand that Jupiter is into Rahu's nakshatra, getting aspected by Rahu. So it's not the usual guru that we know. So let us see for each ascendant how it is behaving in wherever part ardra nakshatra falls in your horoscope. But obviously results will vary due to the dasha antardasha you are facing. Nonetheless, because it's a very important transit, everybody of us will get to see something being newish or getting dissolved, and we are evolving out of it. This will happen in everyone's life in a lesser or a greater form, depending upon what houses Jupiter rules and where this ardra is falling, and if you are having a dasha antardasha of Rahu Jupiter coinciding with this incident, then it will be definitely more profound in your horoscope. So that you need to check first, that where this ardra is falling in your horoscope, the change will happen in that area. But definitely it will happen regarding the two houses Jupiter is holding, having ownership, and also what is the dasha antardasha you are running at this point of time. Nonetheless, everybody will face some sort of the other ardha-ish kind of energy at this point of time. Let's go for the ascendant wise analysis of this big transit that is happening. Aries ascendant, even the moon you can check. The third house is having Ardra nakshatra in Gemini, and Jupiter is transiting over there. Here different kinds of short and long distance journeys become very important for you, because it is the Bhagya Lord in Ardra. Some kind of change will be felt regarding the Jupiterian Karakatattva in your life. Maybe Jupiter obviously rules your progeny, I mean the significance of it, or your ninth lord, it is your father, your teachers, your higher learning, your going to distance journeys, your finance also. Jupiter is also part of finance, and your expenses. So here may be as simple, because the 12th lord is in the third, the expenses can take a little bit of understanding because of your change of place, some kind of transfers, some kind of journeys that you need to take again because of something that you need to fix at this point of time. So this is a very important transit of Jupiter, but the third house transit of Jupiter makes you rush into things, because as I said in my preface of this video, Jupiter is now behaving much like in a Rahu-ish manner, because it has the fifth aspect of Rahu and it is in a Rahu-ish nakshatra. So now and see, because the sign is Gemini, 2-3 things are there. Jupiter is combust at this point of time. Though Mercury is with Jupiter in Gemini, no doubt, Sun is also entering Gemini. So please take the decisions carefully, whatever, because third house is decision making also. Yes, the decisions may need to be taken. Maybe you have to take certain kind of decisions regarding maybe your children. Mars Ketu is in the 5th house, maybe your finances, your expenses, foreign affairs, all these things you may have to take a little bit, look deeper, don't rush, as Jupiter is rushing now. And third house is a very highly active house. It may propel you to go faster than you could have done otherwise, because you know what, Rahu in the 11th is a good position. But Rahu is in purvabhadrapada nakshatra of Jupiter, and it will be till the end of October. Purvabhadrapada is also a tumultuous. See, what the coincidence is that Rahu in Ardra and Purvabhadrapada, it is a nakshatra exchange of Jupiter and Rahu, but both the nakshatras are not very easy at all. So that's why, though you have a good placement of Rahu, Jupiter, both aspecting Libra and all these things, Venus is on the Lagna, it will go to the second house, most of the factors are good. But because Mars is in the 5th house going towards Ketu, and this journey of Jupiter in Ardra continues from 14th of June to 14th of August, this period, whatever decisions you have to take, if there is a transfer, change of place, neighborhood, expenses, new courses you want to undertake, new creative pursuits you have, any kind of communication, you have to be careful regarding these matters. And whatever decision you take may be a little on the edge of edgy. It can be, it is not as benign the Jupiter that we know, right? So but then it has to be taken, it needs to be taken. Take it with calculated risk, but nonetheless it's a good transit. Yes, Ardra is tumultuous, it's a whirlwind. First you'll feel the whirlwind and then slowly things will settle down in this matter. But nonetheless, it's a good transit for you, Aries ascendant. Good for people who are like in marketing field or in some kind of higher studies, which you are going for research or something. A change of place is required, you need a new degree, because Ardra is a research oriented, especially scientific research oriented, and 9th lord going here can show some kind of a research thing that you may go for a conference just to present it, and it may change a lot about you. Your personality is getting changed because Mars is in Leo now, and Mars has gained strength. You are more creative, so take it in your stride. Keep the pros and cons in your mind. Certain things will be done away. Ardra is like that, and you have to begin a new journey with this process of Jupiter in Ardra. Nonetheless, it's a good transit. Taurus ascendant, it is the 2nd house where Jupiter is now transiting in Ardra nakshatra. Now Jupiter is your finance lord, 11th lord, and desire, and also the 8th lord. 8th lord is, see, 8th house is obviously it is transformation, but it is finances also. Now Rahu is in your 10th house. Now this Artha Trikon transit of Jupiter Rahu is regarding your official changes, regarding your monetary changes. Maybe you are getting a different offer, if you want to take it, and how you go with the process, all these things. These 2 months are very crucial for most of the signs, but definitely as Rahu is in the 10th house, it will work out its way. If you have a Rahu running Dasha Antar Patyantar, then definitely this transit of Jupiter and Ardra will bring about very quick changes in the area of your daily job, daily routines, family, monetary thing, because this is what Ardra is, a change, and it's a necessary change, going through the path of cutting certain things and blowing away certain things, and then the change begins. Maybe as simple as that, you have to leave your home and go for a different environment, because that is how the 8th lord, right? It is 11th and 8th Trigbhav lord Jupiter. How much benefit it is. Jupiter is now in Ardra, aspected by the Rahu by its 5th aspect. So this Jupiter is not the usual Jupiter. It is giving a change to your 2nd house matters, and it's a necessary change. The change may not be easy. You may feel a pinch about it, but you have to go through the change. It will ultimately bring you good results when Jupiter goes into Punarvasu by the end of October or early November, like that. So but nonetheless, Jupiter in the 2nd house is a good transit. Rahu in the 10th is a good transit. Maybe some path breaking results can be seen in your life, monetary wise, career wise. You may have to do shifts and changes at this point of time, which are very quick and sudden, but if you do it, understand and then do. I'm not telling jump into it. but it will bring some better results in the years to follow, because this transit is a very important one. Just like that, two planets are not changing nakshatra and getting aspected by each other. They are in some kind of a contact mode where they need to make these changes in your life. So wherever it is, the change was inevitable. It needs to be done, and that path needs to be followed, but it's a good transit. Gemini ascendant, this is happening on your lagna. See, when Jupiter comes on the lagna, it adds a grace to the native, no doubt about that. Now when it is ardra nakshatra, the grace will come, but some crazy things happens in between that, because you know what, Rahu in the 9th house aspecting this Jupiter, and Jupiter Rahu changing nakshatra. Jupiter is in Ardra, Rahu nakshatra, Rahu is in purvabhadrapada, Jupiter's nakshatra. Both are tumultuous. Both the nakshatras are not easy. That is why some changes about you, about your understanding of life, about your dealing of life, about your 9th house things. Now over here, one caution is that whenever I see Rahu in the 9th house, Rahu, Mars, Saturn, they do not have much, they do not gel with the, you know, the energy of the 9th house. It brings a kind of faith is marred in the process. So Jupiter aspects is Rahu, but still here Rahu is more strength. The strength is more. Because Ardra is on the top of your ascendant and Jupiter is over there, which is a very fast, quick space Jupiter. So that is the reason you may have to take certain decisions due to shift and turning of your life. Maybe the 10th house is flooded in such a way, you have to take the change. You have to go with the change. Venus is in the 11th house, it will go to the 12th house, it will come in the Lagna. Mercury, as of now, it is on the Lagna, but it will move into Cancer and get retrograde in the 2nd house. So, monetary things can be a thing. Your own self changes. You may want to go through some change. You know now the change is inevitable. But you know, any kind of change to come, even if you need to shine, because Jupiter makes us shine. The limelight is on you, because Jupiter is now being on the Lagna, barring the month of November a little bit here and there, but most of the time Jupiter is in Gemini. So to shine also, you need to maybe change certain things about yourself. All these changes, whatever it is, can take you by a whirlwind, and that is where Jupiter is in Ardra now, making the necessary evil happen, making the necessary changes happen. This is, and it may not happen in a very pleasant way, because Jupiter is now under the influence, very much under the influence of Rahu. Only that is the difficulty, if you call about this. Otherwise, it is interconnected with Rahu. It is working in a way, a little Rahu-ish way, Guru Chandan, little bit, that kind of a, but nonetheless, it will bring you the results that you had wanted for a long time about yourself. So those changes are subtle. In these 2 months it will happen, and you have to go through the changes. Otherwise, it's a good transit, no doubt about that. So because Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, Venus, Mercury, all is well placed, and this change will mainly happen once, because now you're contemplating, once Mercury goes into the sign of Cancer. Say it's an emotional Mercury. Emotionally, you have to go through a bit of these things where you need to know that these needs to be done at this point of time, in whichever area of your life it is, because Jupiter is your Kendra Lord. It is the because it is the 7th and the 10th Lord. I am thinking more it is on your career part, or even if you are trying to get married or you're already married, it is a good time for that also. So some changes in you are coming, and you have to adjust in some way with the changes. So Mercury will go retrograde from 22nd of, it will go into Cancer, then it will stay a long time till 30th October. A lot of changes are in store. It's a very important transit for you, very, very important transit, because Mercury will second time retrograde this year from in the month of July, and it will remain in your money house of Cancer, 2nd house, till the end of August, 30th August. So it's a long transit. I'll talk about later. As of now, go with the change. It's very important for you. Best of luck, Gemini. Cancer ascendants, The Gemini zodiac is in your 12th house. Here Jupiter is now transiting Ardra nakshatra and Rahu is in the 8th house. Now for the Cancer people, since Mars has moved from the Lagna, it will add some money to your kitty in the 2nd house. But the trouble lies with Jupiter in Ardra in the 12th house. So here some expenses are definitely looking forward in your life. It is bound to happen. See, any malefic when it transits the 2nd and the 8th house does two things. Once it brings in money, but it gives lot of extra expenditure also. Ketu is doing that, and Rahu in the 8th house will create some kind of fear, unknown fear in your mind. Though Jupiter is aspecting Rahu, but understand Rahu is also aspecting Jupiter. Both have changed nakshatra at this point of time. Jupiter will be in Ardra nakshatra from 14th of June to 14th of August, and Rahu is in purvabhadrapada, Jupiter's nakshatra, which is not an easy nakshatra at all. Both the nakshatras are not easy. Here it's a whirlwind kind of a situation for you. Though I don't feel very nice in saying this, but see, if expenses are inevitable, going to foreign countries, import export business, if you are dealing with some kind or the other way foreign things, those will fructify, but all is coming after the churning, because it is kind of a stormy Jupiter over here. Though Jupiter being a benefic, it does not give the kind of storm, suppose when any other malefic comes into Ardra, but still Ardra is that kind of a flavor. So if expenses are mounting, maybe transfers can also happen at this point of time. So this is because Mars has also moved, your 10th lord have also moved. Many Cancer people may be going through some kind of a job placement shift, and these dynamics can happen. It may be as simple as that you're changing a position from one place to the other. Ketu does that. Ketu, when comes in the 2nd house, it also changes your or takes some member of your family out of their house. So because of them also you have to spend something. These things happens with malefics in the 2nd and 8th axis. Now Mars is also adding to that. Though Mars adds money also, but still some kind of a job change, placement change, all these things can add to your expenses. Or if you need to travel or you have planned a travel, then also that can give in to the expenses. Also maybe due to Mars being a long on the Lagna, many Cancer people were having some kind of a health issue. Now if you want to rectify that issue, some medical expenses can also happen. We are not praying, hope and pray you remain healthy, but these things can add to the 12th house effect. So whatever you're going through, please, because 2nd and 12th is in such a condition that these things will happen. The expenses are mounting, the financial situation is in for a check. Suppose because Jupiter is your 9th lord also, you are going abroad for some studies. Again, that also shells out some kind of funding from your side. Maybe you are taking a loan. That is also the 6th house. You are taking a loan for your studies. All these things, whatever the situation is, it's very random and very fast happening in your life. So next 2 months, though Venus will come into the 12th house, Mercury is coming on the Lagna. Now see, here is also a point. I'll discuss about Mercury. Mercury will stay a long time on your Lagna now. Starting from 23rd of this June to 30th of August. So it is a long time for Mercury, getting retrograde here and there and then staying on the Lagna. Again, unusually long time for the Mercury to stay in the Lagna. But that is how it is happening. Only by 30th of August, if I remember the date properly, it is going into Leo, your 2nd house. So expenses, some kind of health checkup, foreign things, all these things are transfers in the present job or a new job, a change of place. All these things are part of the game now, Cancerians. So you have to go through this, be very careful in how you handle your finances, because at this point, this is the most important thing you need to focus on. So take care about that and go with the flow. It's not a very easy transit, but then we cannot do much about it. Let's see how things pan out. Leo ascendants, Leo, Jupiter is transiting in your 11th house in Ardra nakshatra. 11th house Jupiter is good, no doubt about that. Mercury has also come into the 11th house, but understand that Rahu is in the 7th house. Now, Rahu being not a good friend of your sun, I mean the Lagna Lord, it creates some disruptions, maybe in your networking circle, maybe the way you were thinking about your progeny, maybe your progeny with the 5th Lord and the 8th Lord is in the 11th. Maybe after a court case or something, you get some kind of wealth, unknown wealth can also come to you. And all these things can happen because the 6th Lord is in the, Saturn is in the 8th house and 8th Lord is in the 11th house. So money can flow in, but some kind of a abrupt change you will see in yourself and your people you're dealing with, because even Ketu is transiting your nakshatra, Lagna, and Mars is also there. So changes are happening within you also. And Rahu, because Jupiter is in Rahu's nakshatra, 11th house is a good house. But first, because the Ardra's flavor is like that, first it gives some kind of a teardrop, right? A process where you're going through. Ultimately, it will be good, but there's a process now. The 5th Lord being in the 11th is also good, but Jupiter is combust till 8th of July. And that is also one thing. Your fortune, I mean your 5th luck Lord is at this point of time combusted by Sun till 8th of July. Mars Ketu is on the Lagna. Health needs to be taken care also. If you are having some new networking circles and you have to cut off some old people in the 11th house, it is networking. Maybe that process will be done in these next 2 months, because sometimes we need to get out of some extra people in our life which is of no good. So that process can also be seen. Other than adding money to the to your kitty, which can be done, but there is some necessary evil that needs to be cut out in this process. And similarly, Rahu is in Jupiter's nakshatra purvabhadrapada. It is also a very tumultuous nakshatra. So Rahu being there and Rahu Ketu axis is on the Lagna, it is not very easy. The sun is joining the 11th house. You can get the gains, but some kind of rejection for yourself, some kind of situation which do not make you too comfortable. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that do Hanuman Chalisa for getting the strength to go through the process. This is my ultimate what I wanted to say, because whenever, though 11th house is a very, very nice house for growth and everything, but this arrangement of Jupiter in Ardra, Rahu in purvabhadrapada, Jupiter aspecting Rahu, Rahu aspecting Jupiter is not a very easy process for you, because your 5th Lord has got little, afflicted at this point of time, on combust also. And Rahu Ketu being on the 1st and 7th axis will not let you remain in a very calm manner. It will irritate you from time to time due to something or the other. Now here lies the point. You have to go with Hanuman Chalisa. Now you are on fire because Mars is also on the Lagna. So I'm not telling the transit is bad, transit is good, but Rahu is opposite to Sun, right? They are not easy with each other, both the planets. They are not friends at all. So that's why the transit can feel a little bit of challenging in certain aspects of your life, especially the networking field or the people whom you mix with, like that. You can feel like that. Virgo, this is happening in your 10th house. Jupiter is in your 10th house and Rahu is aspecting this Jupiter from the 6th house. Jupiter is in Ardra. Some kind of change you want to do in your 10th house area. Now Virgo is very well equipped at this point of time. Whatever you people want to do regarding your 10th house affairs, give it a thought and go along with it, because it's a very good transit of Rahu in the 6th, where you know your enemies, you'll be able to identify them. Rahu is a friend of your Lagna Lord. Now Mercury is with Jupiter in the 10th, will go into the 11th house, getting retrograde. So your profession and your gains, these two are the main focus now from in this transit of Jupiter in Ardra. Jupiter is your 3rd lord. Obviously you have to put in your 4th lord. So some changes in your house environment can happen. Definitely it can happen. Some changes you need to make in your house environment, so that you now put focus in the 10th house matters, so that your 6th house matters are solved. Maybe you want to take a loan, because Rahu is there and Jupiter is now in Rahu's nakshatra aspecting your 4th house. Saturn is also in the 7th aspecting the 4th house. You want to make a new house, you want to go for a new vehicle. All these things can happen, but nonetheless it's a good transit. The transit is good. You know if there is a necessary evil in the process, which Ardra cuts off, because that kind of a lethal energy Ardra is. Ardra is no easy nakshatra, right? Jupiter, how much a good planet in it, it has to behave somewhere like Rahu, because it is in Rahu nakshatra getting aspected by Rahu. And Rahu is in Jupiter's nakshatra. It is a very important change of nakshatra for big 2 planets happening. And 6th house Rahu is very good. Whatever decisions you need to take in your professional area, day-to-day life, Rogrin Shatru, your loans and affairs and all these things, you can go along, understanding the process, and then you can definitely, your decision will be good, because Saturn is also aspecting the Lagna. You will have slow and good taken decision. Jupiter in the 10th house gives a very good, counseling thing, banking things, understanding the job process, executing it well. Maybe you are going into a new group or a new way of learning things, because Ardra is also very scientific nakshatra. All these things can happen, but nonetheless the transits are good. Mercury is now in the 10th house, now it will go to the 11th house and spend a lot of time in Cancer. Because it will get retrograde. That is a different video I'll make. But all this process will help you in your growth. Take good decisions, move forward. I feel this transit will bring in the best out of you. It's a very good transit for you, Virgo. Keep going. Great time. For Libra ascendants, this transit of Jupiter and Ardra is happening in your 9th house. 9th house is a house of knowledge. It's a great place to Jupiter be in. But understand that Rahu, the planet of, the rebellious planet, the out of the box planet, is now in your 5th house. 5th house is a house of creativity. So 2 Trikon houses, 5 and 9, occupied by big planets. It is a, 5th and 9th houses puts us, pushes us to invent ourselves and go towards the best, because after the 9th come the 10th house, and after the 5th Rahu will go to the 4th house, Ketu will come to the 10th house. So here you have to perform. That's why at this moment of time you have to upgrade yourself, because this is the best time to upgrade. Now the upgradation, whatever you want to do, whether it is learning a new thing for upgrading your skills, as Jupiter Saturn both are aspecting your 3rd house. Ultimately you have to take a decision regarding that house, and now Jupiter in Ardra will make you go through a new process, because Rahu, the tricks master, is in your 5th house. Rahu gives a very tricky, different kind of idea, creativity in the 5th house. Go with the flow. This is required at this moment of time. Maybe it is not the usual thing that you were thinking about. It's a little out of the box, different. That is how Rahu works. And Rahu has gained prominence now very much in your horoscope, as Rahu is a friend of Venus, and it is in the Trikon, and Jupiter is in the sign of, in the nakshatra of Rahu, and Rahu is also in the nakshatra of Jupiter. And because Jupiter is Atichari, it is moving fast, Rahu is moving slow, effect of Rahu is more. So here Jupiter is also kind of behaving in a Rahu-ish way. So invent new things, go to new places, bosses can change, your office profile can change, it needs you to upgrade. All these things can happen. Saturn is in the 6th house. Yes, sometimes you can feel squished between things, but nonetheless I feel, because Venus will not have any more retrogression now. The transit of Venus, once it reaches Libra, and that is your Lagna, and Rahu and Jupiter will be aspecting Venus at that point of time, some new recognition, power, position, prestige, some kind of a thing can happen to you. So for that, if you are looking towards that, if you are going for some good grades in your examinations, though the examination season is over, the main season, but if you are going for short courses or semester wise things or something, you need the approach to be different, please do it. This is not the neutral or the very auspicious Jupiter that we are talking about here. Jupiter is behaving in a very different way, taking you to a very different genre, but go with the flow. It adds to your kitty new experiences, new certificates, new learnings, new short courses, long distance journey, new bosses, new places of transfer it can happen, and also new way of working, looking towards the work in a new way and delivering in a new way. All these things. That is only problem, I'll not say. Saturn in the 6th house gives unwanted work sometimes. The work, it keeps on hips and bounds, it increases. Nonetheless, the transit of Venus is good. Now it is in the 7th, aspecting the Lagna. So 3 planets are aspecting Lagna: Jupiter, Rahu, Venus. Then Venus will go into the 29th of June, it will go into 8th house. It's a different video, but a big transformation. See, it's coincidental. When Jupiter is in Rahu, some necessary changes you are making, which now you cannot avoid. And regarding maybe the Jupiterian houses, the 3rd house, the journeys you are taking is you have to do it. And the 6th house, maybe your health regime, maybe your daily office things, and all these things are going for a change. And then when your Lagna Lord goes into the 8th house, the change will be more profound. Definitely that will happen. So it's a changeable transit. I will not say it's a very good transit or excellent transit, neither it's a bad transit, but here it propels you to upgrade yourself and change, and you must do that for the greater good, for the coming 4th of Venus. Good transits from the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, Lagna, all the transits of Venus are good now. So best of luck, Libra. Scorpio people, this transit of Jupiter is happening in the 8th house. 8th house, Gemini in Ardra nakshatra, and Rahu is in purvabhadrapada. You are going through definitely a change, a moksha house, and Rahu Jupiter in trines. Now see, Rahu has nothing to do with moksha. We understand that. And now because Jupiter is aspecting Rahu, but the prominence of Rahu Ketu is very high at this point of time. And Jupiter being in Ardra in the 8th house, see, 8th house Jupiter will bring a transformation in you, whether the way you are, whether wherever you are staying, whether the way you deal with your money, whether the way how you deal with because it is 10th from the it is 11th from the 10th house, Jupiter in the 8th. So it shows some change in your job profile. It shows that you have to go through this tumultuous process, because Ardra is not an easy nakshatra, neither purvabhadrapada is, where Rahu is. You have to go this next 2 months, from this 14th of June to 14th of August. You have to go through this process. And see, coincidentally, once you cross 15th of August, Sun is near your 10th house, and then you shine in a brilliant way. This is a necessary evil. You have to go through the process. If you are taking some steps of investing your money, 6th house is also like legacies, insurance things and all these things. You can do that. Your way of thinking and your execution will not be bad. because Jupiter is aspecting the second house also now with Saturn in the fifth house. So Sagittarius is activated, and also Libra, the 12th house, is also activated. So if you're going for foreign distance journeys, for some things that you have to go for, maybe official thing, maybe personal thing, be safe in your journey. Mars is well placed, but it will have a conjunction with Ketu in the next month. So it is a tight rope that you're running now. 10th house looks good. But this 8th house and 4th house Rahu creates a certain disturbances in the profile of how you had been working and your house thing. Because if you want to take a loan and build a house now, you want to go to different things about the house factors, because Rahu draws your attention towards that. Jupiter is also aspecting that, and Jupiter is now transiting ardra. You're thinking about this. Ketu and Mars is in the 10th house. So this axis is not an easy axis of balancing the 4th and the 10th. You know, they're very opposite ends. And Rahu is the north node. Your 4th house is the north side of your horoscope, and the south side is the 10th house, and Ketu is the south node. They are in perfect position now. So it's a dance of Rahu Ketu, and Jupiter being in the 8th is not at all aspecting your Lagna or anything. So at times you can feel a little confused, but Mars is aspecting the Lagna from the 10th house, so mostly your decisions will be correct, but nonetheless it's a little bit tumultuous time now you're heading towards, and it is a little up-down adjustments that you have to do with yourself. This is the whole story. Then when Jupiter moves into Punarvasu, 9th house, Mars into the 11th house and all these things, transit of Mars is good now, nothing to do personally. And the mundane, it is a different thing. Mars with Ketu is not a good conjunction, obviously. But this Jupiter-Rahu effect mostly depends if you are running a dasha, antardasha or anything of like that. But nonetheless, it will have an effect on whatever dasha you are running. These are such big planets, they will have some sort of an effect on your life. So go with the flow. Some change is inevitable in the future. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Jupiter is in the 7th house now in Ardra nakshatra, and Rahu is in the 3rd. Wow, it's a good combination. Jupiter aspects the Lagna. Rahu behaves very well in the 3rd house. You are taking new initiatives, new people, online communication, new business, meeting with people, new sources of income generated. Many things will be new. Obviously, any newness comes with a change, right? You are adjusting with the change. That is the process now. This 2 months of 14 June to 14th of August, you are adjusting with the changes that is happening with you, with your partner. Good time for marriage also. Maybe some changes are required as you are getting married, as simple as that. Or if you are going for a partnership, you are starting up something, it's a good time for startup. I mean, there's nothing much to be said about the transit which is bad, or you need a lot of precautions about it. Your decisions will be good. Jupiter is in a Atichari mode, fast forward. So you are also gearing up to be in a fast forward mode. Rahu being in the 3rd house, you will do things, nobody can stop you. But before any decision, it's a good time. Take a little bit of judgment about it and then go for it. I'll not elaborate the point. It's a very good transit of, I find Rahu in the 3rd very good. I find Jupiter in the 7th. Yes, certain things can go on in your head, but after all it is aspecting your Lagna, right? So you are getting the grace of the Guru. Your own Lagna Lord aspecting the Lagna for 1 full year. You are in the limelight. You need to do something about yourself, or whatever things. Maybe if you're a student, you're going for a marriage, you're going for a startup, you have a company, you want to rename it, new partnership, whatever it does. Because it is an Ardra, something definitely will change in this next 2 months. Just go with the change. It's maybe at the first moment it is not very easy. Slowly it will gain strength and it will become easier for you. It's a very good transit for you, both Rahu and Jupiter. Capricorn, Jupiter is in the 6th house. Now 6th house Jupiter in Ardra, and Rahu is in the second house in Purvabhadrapada, Jupiter's nakshatra. Now this exchange continues 2 months from 14 June to 14th of August. In this time, there can be job related things, both are aspecting Libra. Some power position gain or asking for a promotion or getting one can happen. Money will be spent on certain things. Whenever a crude graha or the malefic graha passes the second house in transit, it gives money, but it also takes away money due to some of the other causes. So maybe as simple as that, you are asking for a rise or a change, you go to a different place, a new setup, Saturn in the third house, money is spent on that. Maybe your health, because see, Jupiter in the sixth gives, it's not the planet to be in the sixth house. It gives Artha Trikon, Jupiter gives job factors and regular service things. They do it in a very good way. But some health issues can also needs to be rectified. And because Ardra is a process of up and down, you may go through such a process in the next 2 months that you have to do this necessary evil. It may not feel very good to you, but you have to go with it. So some good things also there, something not so good is also there. Ketu being in the 8th house, you have to be careful about sudden illnesses, sudden cuts, sudden health issues cropping out, unknown fear also in that, and money getting spent on that, or you want to take a loan, as simple as that. For anything, you want to develop certain things about yourself, you want to go for any kind of course, because Saturn, the Lagna Lord, is aspecting Bhagya house. It can happen like that. You go for a journey, whatever it is. Jupiter and Saturn both are aspecting the 12th house. Any foreign related matters, money spent on that. It is a 50-50 transit, I'll say. Certain good things are there, certain not so good, especially regarding the health and the expenses, needs to be checked in at this point of time for the Capricorn ascendants. If there is a job change, new position, higher rank, or change, shift of place, that is good, that will be blessed and you can go ahead with it. If you want a loan also, you will be able to go with it. If some court case is going, that can also go for your favor. So these way it is a good transit. Okay, otherwise certain hiccups are also there. Take care. Aquarius, Jupiter is in the 5th house. Jupiter is in Ardra nakshatra, and Jupiter is your money lord, 2nd and 11th. Now Jupiter is in Rahu's nakshatra. Rahu is on the Lagna. Oh, it's a great time actually. I feel good. It's because Jupiter I like in the 5th house in transit, and Rahu in the Lagna, because it is its own house, right? It gives some kind of a, you will be in limelight due to some of the other reason. Maybe it can be because of your progeny, because it can be something, anything it can be. But in society you gain some prominence. Aquarius is networks, right? You get some prominence in whatever way, not bad way, in a good way, and people will recognize you for a little out of the way that you have done the things. Maybe at this point of time also you are doing things, because Jupiter is in Ardra nakshatra and Rahu is on the Lagna. You are doing the things in a little different way, and that is what is fetching you the attention. It's a good transit actually. It will bring in money also. It will give in power, position, recognition. For students also, if they put their, barring the Rahuish factor on the Lagna, you have to keep yourself grounded. That is the only job you have. Jupiter in the 5th house, then going into the 6th house, will give a good potential for doing good in your examinations, in your whatever thing you are studying and doing, maybe short courses, any creative thing you want to do to upgrade your skills, or it's a good to go transit. Nothing, I don't see anything bad about it. Yes, Saturn, the 2nd house, will change some family dynamics. That can happen. Some monetary things you'll be thinking. But nonetheless, this transit is good. This transit is making you stand out in the crowd. And because Aquarius people had been going through the Saturn on the Lagna without much, getting nothing, they didn't get the things that they were worth it. Many Aquarius interacted me in that way. This is the time to get that. And Rahu will make you gain into good circles, foreign circles, different people, corporate things, online. If you want to start anything, that will also give way for that. So nice transit to go for. And the next 2 months, because Jupiter is in ardra, some kind of change maybe in your financial thing you're thinking about, with your progeny, something different you're thinking about. It is a process. You are in a whirlwind, something, things are happening very fast, sometimes maybe not the way exactly what you thought, but nonetheless the transit is good. And if you have a dasha, antardasha, pratantardasha coinciding with this transit, Jupiter Rahu, it will give you very good results. Yeah, it will. Take good care. Pisces ascendant. Pisces, Jupiter is in the 4th house in ardra and Rahu is in the 12th house in purvabhadrapada, Jupiter's nakshatra. This nakshatra exchange is a little bit, because Saturn is on the lagna, it's not a very, because see, it's a moksha trikon. Rahu in the 12th house brings unnecessary fear, sleepless nights, overthinking. People can guide you, but those guidances may be of no use, and all may guide you in a different way, confusing you more. Jupiter in the 4th house is good, but some kind of movement is seen. So Jupiter in the 4th makes you, because Jupiter Saturn both are aspecting 10th house, you may have to move to gain prominence in your career. The family situation can be supportive, but at this moment of time, because Jupiter is an ardra, maybe you are thinking something, you are lagna lord, you are thinking something out of the box, you are not getting that much of support, but you have to go ahead with it. That is the main theme. Saturn on the lagna, it will dislocate. Saturn cannot make you sit at the same place and do the same thing, because it has to change your things, right? It is on the lagna now. So these changes will happen. You have to go with the change. They are profound change, because Saturn Jupiter in Kendra will definitely make changes, and then only you will be able to run through the process and get some betterment. It is not an easy Saturn whenever it comes on the lagna. But go with the change. Don't get too much confusion. Don't listen to too many people. Have a good judgment. Put more efforts. Whatever, because Jupiter in the 4th house Jupiter, you know that in your heart, you know you have the thing and you have to do it. Maybe it's a little different than whatever your thinking process is, not exactly the kind that usually Jupiter gives. It's little out of the box due to this ardra. You have to go through this stormy affair of ardra to reach Punarvasu and then practice the thing, whatever you want to do. So it's a changeable process, Pisces, and it's not easy for you. I don't deny that. Saturn on the lagna, Aquarius people, if you have anybody, they had Saturn for the last 2.5 years. Saturn is never easy on the lagna, whichever sign it is. So knowing that, you should not make a error and should not expect too much from people. You have to do it by yourself, and now you're self-reliant. You have to do things by yourself, whether it's an office thing, whether it's a family affair thing, whether it's buying house or vehicle, 4th house Jupiter, whatever it is, take your sane judgment, go with the flow. Whatever obstacles are coming, deal with patience, and then slowly you will be able to go with your understanding of the thing. Transit of Jupiter in the 4th house is good, but this ardra nakshatra is not a very easy nakshatra, and Rahu in the 12th house gives a lot of unnecessary thoughts in the mind. So try to do some meditation so that you remain calm, or Hanuman Chalisa is very important at this point of time for you. So take care, Pisces ascendants. This was my video of Rahu Jupiter exchanging nakshatra and aspecting each other. Hope it helps you in some way. For the next video, stay tuned to my channel. Thank you. Take good care.